It began as an adventure, a daring expedition into the icy wilderness of Russia's Ural Mountains. 9 young hikers, all skilled, strong, and full of life, set off into the snow, but they never came back. When rescuers finally found them weeks later, what they discovered didn't make sense. A shredded tent, bare footprints in the snow, bodies scattered across the slope, some half-naked, others with crushed skulls and missing eyes. No one knows what really happened that night. Was it an avalanche, a secret military experiment, or something far more disturbing, something not of this world? This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass Incident, one of the most terrifying unsolved mysteries in modern history. The expedition begins. The Dyatlov Pass Incident, 9 hikers who vanished into a nightmare. In January 1959, a group of 10 experienced hikers from the Ural Polytechnic Institute in Sverdlovsk, Soviet Russia, embarked on a skiing expedition across the Ural Mountains. Their goal? To reach Otorten, a mountain whose name in the language of the native Mansi people means "don't go there." Leading the group was Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old engineering student, confident, determined, and respected by everyone. The team included 8 other men and 2 women, all young, bright, and adventurous. They were the best of the best, trained in survival, experienced in extreme weather, and familiar with the harsh Siberian wilderness. Before they left, they laughed, took photos, and recorded everything in journals, as if nothing could go wrong. No one knew that these would be the last photos ever taken of them alive. The group began their journey on January 27, 1959. One member, Yuri Yudin, had to turn back due to knee pain and illness, a decision that would later save his life. The rest, 9 hikers, continued onward into the frozen wilderness. For days, they trudged through snowstorms, icy winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Their journals and camera films, later recovered from the site, show cheerful faces, shared meals, and the joy of adventure. But on February 1st, everything changed. They set up camp on the slope of a mountain known as Kolatsiakal, Mountain of the Dead. Instead of moving to the forested area below for shelter, they inexplicably chose to pitch their tent in the open slope, a decision that would haunt investigators for decades. That night, they made dinner, sang songs, and went to sleep. It was the last night they would ever see. When the hikers didn't return as planned, their families grew worried. A rescue team was sent out, volunteers, students, and military personnel. Days of searching led to February 26th, when the first horrifying discovery was made. The team found the hikers' tent, half buried in snow. It was slashed open from the inside. Inside were clothes, food, and even shoes, as if the hikers had fled in a panic, barefoot, into the freezing night. Footprints led down the slope, about a mile away to a forest. Under a tall cedar tree, searchers found the first 2 bodies, Yuri Krivonyashenko and Georgy Doroshenko. They were barefoot, wearing only underwear and shirts. Their hands were burned, as if they had tried to light a fire to survive. Nearby, branches of the tree were broken up to 5 meters high, suggesting one of them had climbed it, perhaps to look for something, or to escape from something. The bodies in the snow. As the search continued, 3 more bodies were found between the cedar tree and the tent. They were Igor Dyatlov, Zinaida Kolmogorova, and Rustem Slobodin. Their positions told a chilling story, as if they were crawling back toward the tent when they collapsed and froze to death. Then weeks later, in May 1959, the remaining 4 were found. They were discovered in a ravine, buried under several feet of snow. Unlike the others, their injuries were horrifying. One woman's tongue and eyes were missing. Another had a crushed chest. One had a shattered skull. Yet there were no external wounds, only internal damage, as if struck by immense pressure. And the strangest of all, traces of radiation were found on their clothing. The investigation. The Soviet investigation quickly turned bizarre. Officials ruled that the hikers had died from an unknown compelling force. No footprints or signs of struggle were found near the tent. No avalanche evidence, no wild animal tracks. Theories began to multiply. A sudden infrasound phenomenon causing panic and hallucinations. Military testing involving secret parachute mines or chemical weapons. Even now, more than 60 years later, none of these theories fully explain every clue. The tent cut from the inside, the missing eyes and tongue, the radiation, and the desperate, barefoot flight into the freezing dark. Theories and the unthinkable. Some experts believe the hikers triggered a small avalanche, forcing them to flee the tent in terror, only to freeze before they could return. Others suggest military experiments, tests of secret weapons the government could never admit. The radiation and strange wounds could support that. But there's one more theory. Something that even rescuers whispered about. The supernatural. Locals spoke of strange lights, humming sounds, and tall, shadowy figures roaming the mountain. Even the Munsi people believed the area was cursed, a place where spirits of the dead walked under the northern lights. Could the hikers have encountered something or someone beyond human understanding? The haunting legacy. To this day, no one truly knows what killed them. The mountain where they died now bears the name Dyatlov Pass, in memory of their leader. Modern expeditions have returned to the site, searching for answers, but only find more questions. Every photo recovered, every diary entry, every footprint frozen in time, all tell the same chilling story. 9 souls walked into the snow and vanished into mystery. Maybe it was a tragic accident, maybe a military cover-up, or maybe something else entirely, something we aren't meant to understand. Whatever the truth is, it sleeps beneath the snow of Kolatsiakl, the mountain of the dead. And when the wind howls across the Ural peaks, some say you can still hear the hikers calling out in the dark.